He was gentle in his approach, and here Paul is saying to the Galatians to be the same way. No, overcome by sin. Why we should, when we do it, we should. The Christian is overcome by sin. Let's talk about this Christian who's overcome by sin. This means that the person has been surprised by temptation. How often have we found ourselves like, whoa, I didn't even see that one coming. I slipped and said something. I slipped and did something. And all of a sudden we've fallen, and the enemy has come in and literally convinced us that this is the way we are and might as well not change. So we at that point have been overcome by sin, right? You get to a point where it's like, oh, you get to a point where you're just overwhelmed. It just destroys you because you did that one thing. The enemy continues to beat you down. Now, we're not talking about entering sin deliberately. That's a totally different thing. That's rebellion. That's not what this is talking about. It's not talking about rebellion. I know I'm not supposed to take from the cookie jar, but I'm going to take this cookie from the cookie. That is knowingly sinning, okay? The man of God said something to me. I reacted, and I didn't realize the consequences of my actions. I didn't know that what he said was going to offend me. The man of God didn't do that. I didn't know what he said was going to offend me, and I reacted, and I sinned against my brother. Now, I can become overwhelmed by it, or I cannot be overwhelmed by it. But the enemy will try to use that. We must boast. We must never elevate ourselves in pride at our wisdom. Okay? We should never be satisfied with our present state, and we must maintain a hunger for growth, for exchange. And we do all this because we are seeking to emulate Christ. Accept the cross. We must keep in mind that our present freedom and hope was the cost of the master. This mark that we have of a growing disciple is a gradual loss of interest in the things of the world. Desire for position and power and glory and need for things and self-worship of others. All these things gradually lose their appeal. Like, I'm telling you, I've lost so much interest in so many things. It's amazing. I want only God now. And if that's someone's chief complaint about me, I say, thank you. Come again. You only want God. Yeah. I'll wear that badge proudly. All we seek is the Lord and the advancement of his kingdom. That's what we should. Everything else should fade, and we should seek the Lord and the advancement of his kingdom. Because everything else just becomes minuscule. And as we consider these traits, we realize something. We realize something. This is what we realize.
We commit all that we are to you, everything that we do. And we reach
that
towards
all
you.
those things that we've cast aside and that we replace with those good things, we're now wearing the marks of a disciple. We surrendered and put aside all of our self-wants and self-desires and all this garbage for God and God only. If we do not, we need to examine ourselves. and see if we have fallen short of the mark of a true, living, saving faith. Have you surrendered? That's the question. The question today, always, I love questions. In my closing, I love questions. And it's simply this. Who do you think you are?